A man kills a coworker for rejecting his advancement, all right? Rejecting his advances. Let's put his picture up full mass here. Such a sad story. 28-year-old is under investigation for first-degree murder in the death of a teenage girl at a Walgreens in Colorado Springs. His name is Joshua Johnson. He has been arrested, charged, first-degree murder. The victim has been identified as 17-year-old Riley Whitelaw, 17. So let me give you background to what happened. About a year ago, Whitelaw complained about Johnson, all right, Joshua Johnson, to a store manager. She goes, she makes a complaint, does what the protocol says, saying that he made her feel uncomfortable and that he had made advances toward her. According to the affidavit, she had requested a work schedule to avoid Johnson, but their schedules crossed when Whitelaw requested more hours, okay? Now, let me say this. When you're in a position where you have to balance the safety of a person under your leadership and the corporate model of getting the most out of your employees, you balance the safety of that employee. That is your primary obligation. A manager at the store, Crystal Ishmael, said Whitelaw's boyfriend was hired on about 3 months ago. When that happened, Ishmael said Johnson appeared to be acting jealous, and he was. Before the attack, Johnson allegedly stacked boxes in front of a surveillance camera in the room to obstruct the camera's view. That's called premeditation. Paper was taped over the windows of the break room, according to the affidavit, and a restroom closed sign was placed in the area. A woman who was a customer in the store told investigators she heard a woman screaming and the sound of stalls slamming. When the police found Johnson, he had scratches on his hands and face. He was arrested without incident and is being held at the El Paso County Jail. Johnson told investigators that he was in the bathroom or break room, and that he fell in the blood. He was near a large trash bin at the store where an empty bottle of bleach was found. He told investigators he went home and washed the blood off of his clothing after that happened. Put up his picture again. Now that's a sorry SOB who has decided, in my opinion, to extinguish the life of a 17-year-old. Wheels of justice are moving in the right direction, but once again, they never should have been around each other. Let me make it very plain. I don't know what will happen as far as a civil suit against the establishment or management team there. But when a young lady comes to you with credible accusation that someone on that employment staff has violated her or has been inappropriate to her, why was he still working there? Why? Is it because America has a rape culture, which means we gloss over serious issues like this? We do not choose to protect those who are being victims. We say things like, that's just Joshua being Joshua. This was avoidable. All right, Yasmin, thoughts?
Yeah, this is terrifying. I can't believe that the management didn't do anything about her. She did raise awareness about what she was dealing with. And I used to work retail back when I was in college, and you would get people who would come in to wherever you're working, to the store, and you would tell management, say, you know what, I don't like that guy, he makes me feel uncomfortable. And something thankfully was done about that customer. I wouldn't have to interact with that person. But in this case, she had to work with the guy, and she went to management and they still did nothing, And when I heard about incel culture, whenever that first started to gain popularity, especially like on Reddit, It was really scary because as a woman, I mean, we hear so many stories about men who are targeting women who can't take no for an answer. It doesn't matter if you're smiling, doesn't matter if you're not smiling. If it's still a no, that's all they hear. And then all of a sudden you're a terrible person, you don't deserve anything. And they really just dislike you and hate you. And there's nothing you can do about it, right?
Yeah.
You can be as nice as you want. These people are still going to react the way they're going to react. She should have been protected. Yeah. That's the problem here. She should have been protected.
That's right.